Good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO. I hope y'all are all doing well. Man, we have been running. It has been crazy the last, I don't know, week. It's been be mindful of what you pray for. We got a lot of stuff. We've been super busy. Running. I hope y'all can hear me well. I'm actually using my Envato 100s right now, just because I need something a little bit more comfortable on my ears. Actually donated, bought 2 more pairs of these for a ministry I'm donating to. Hold on, this is uneven. There we go. So I hope y'all are all doing well. Guess what? Tomorrow is the first day of our E-Missionary Conference 2024. Excited about that. Hey, y'all can still get your tickets for that. If you are interested, go to mediaministrymentor.com/conference to get registered. Now, I am going to give you a couple of updates. We've had some ups and downs. Want to keep these folks in prayer. I know Monty sent me a message this morning. He's not going to be able to do his class tomorrow. He's going to do that on the 10th in August. Had a family emergency pop up. Also, Brian's class is being pushed back to August 10th. He's also had some daddy duties that have popped up. And Mario from Shore wasn't able to get, they have what is it called? Not a conference, but I think a trade show that he's at, and he wasn't able to get everything done in time for it to be here. So he'll be has stuff on August 10th as well too. So we've had a lot of stuff, but this is just the norm of how everything goes on. Really excited for everyone to be over there. I've been running myself. I'm still trying to finish up my presentations because I've been running every single day this whole week. So I haven't really, I get in around like 11:30 and then I just pass out. So I haven't had a chance to really sit down and put some time there, but really excited about everyone here. So like I said, Monty, Brian, Mario, I didn't have his picture, so he's not up on here. We got some other stuff. Dominic actually uploaded a recording of his. He actually has to do a wedding, so but we have his stuff for Worship Tools presenter. Got some other stuff. You never know. We might have some impromptu stuff that pops up as well. So you just never know. But I want to thank all the teachers who are able to be a part of it. And guess what, folks? We're still available to have other people be a part of this if you want to. I understand some people might be nervous a little bit about teaching and all this other stuff like that, but if you go over here to mediaministrymentor.com, click on here at the conference. If you scroll down, hey, we're still interested in having some teachers. So obviously you're not going to be able to make it by tomorrow, but it's still open for anyone to want to teach in August 10th. Just come down here, fill this information out. But if you want to get started and be a part of everything tomorrow, just go ahead and click the sign up. I had 2 people that signed up this morning, so again, thank you for that. Let me get all the formal stuff out of the way. So again, I try and come here every Friday as best as we possibly can to answer your media ministry questions. I don't know everything, folks, but hopefully in this struggle of me trying to figure out media ministry, when there wasn't a lot of stuff back in the day, I got out here to try and share what I do know. I don't know everything. We're learning at the same time. If this guy can figure it out, hopefully I'll make the path a little bit easier and at least steer you in the right direction to help you as best as we possibly can. That's what we do here on every Friday. Now, let's go back here and knock out everything. If you have any other questions, folks, starting here, put a Q in front of your comment, and then that helps jump out. If I don't get to your question, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Also, if it takes more than 4 emails, please just go ahead and set up a consultation. It's kind of hard for me to go back and forth with email for very long emails just because of my schedule. But go to ajhomes.com/consultations. You can moving my camera out the way so I can see if my audio is here. So that's still going on. But go to ajhomes.com/consultations. You can set up phone, Zoom, on-site. We got a bunch of them next week. We're traveling a whole lot, so we're out here trying to help as many people as we possibly can. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, folks, make sure you go ahead and go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. It's like this Q&A all the time with over 3,300 media ministries from all over the world. Somebody is using the same type of equipment that you are. And again, it was a collaboration of us to come together and just to help, not to live stream inside the group. Don't you dare do that. I've had to kick a couple of people out of that because they think I'm joking. We don't do that, folks. We don't spam. I've had to kick vendors out because they jump in there impersonating as media ministries trying to sell some junk, and you are quickly kicked out and banned indefinitely from there. Now, where's my super suit? Where's it at? There we go. All right, let's holler at some folks out here. Anthony, what is going on? Good morning. How you doing? Parker, how are you? Come on now. Thank you. How you doing, sir? Reverend Leroy, hello, good morning. Roy, hello. Alex from Kenya, how you doing, sir? Thank you for stopping by. Darius, hello. Baby J, when I met on the cruise, how you doing, sir? WK Digital Designs from Indiana, hello. Lex Simmer from Cape Town, hello. Lamar from California, how you doing? Patrick, how you doing? Glad you got power back. Mr. Clarence, hello. Mr. Albert, I hope you're doing well. Did you make it out to your trip and location? And are you ready for tomorrow? Let me know if anything came up, sir. Tammy, hello. Pamela, how are you doing? Carlos, good morning to you. Felicia Brown, hello. And sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I just read over that after I spit it out. Did I say it right? AA Imaging and Graphics, hello. Mitch Roy, hey, good morning. Eric, good morning. Scott, good morning. JD, good morning. And Panea Player from Detroit, hello, hello. All right, so let's get some more formalities out of the way, folks, just to let you know of what is going on. Let's go back here. Um, First off, if you like all the e-missionary merch and all this other stuff, got some more designs that are coming out. You can go to emissionarygear.com, get all that other stuff. Also, this is not just for me to blab. I want to actually shout out and give some props to your media teams because y'all are doing some great stuff out here. If I want you to send pictures of your media team so I can shout them out. Let me know what your ministry name is, what city, state, country you're at. Just send a picture of your team and send it to questions@ajhomes.com. Subject, my media team, so I can shout out your folks. Also, want to give a big shout out and thank you to everybody who is still buying my book number 2, Modern Media Ministry is Now Necessary. It's available on Amazon. We still have a few left over if you want to go to AJaytheCEO.com. And if you want to get a signed one, we still got a few of those left. But again, thank you for all that support. Again, I already shouted out the conference that is starting tomorrow. It starts at 8. Don't worry about the 8 part. That's just me talking about, hey, the premise of why we set this up. All the sessions, the schedule is there. If you've logged in and you have a ticket, you'll see the schedule of when stuff is and what classroom and all that other fun stuff. Just giving an update on everything that is going on with me, and I clicked on the wrong image. Here we go. This is the one. Where in the world is AJ the CEO? What's going on? Let you know what my schedule is, folks. So, and on the 19th, we're going to be in New Canton installing a new sound system. This is at New Hope. I never did that video, showed y'all there, but this is where I used to play at. We're upgrading their sound for phase 1. Phase 2, we're probably going to do some cameras and stuff, but they kind of out there, so not a lot of good internet options. Talking to them about Starlink as well. On the 22nd through the 25th, we're going to be back out in Baton Rouge. And why did I have L.A.? That is I.L. That is L.A. Typed in the wrong thing, trying to go too quick. There we go. And hold on. Let me click away from here and go back to this because I don't like the fact that it came out right. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're going to be there July 22nd to the 25th. We're going to be out there doing a training and meeting some other folks out there, get some good seafood and all this other stuff, get a chance to holler at some folks out there. This is our 3rd time going out there, so I'm really excited about that. We're going to be back in Elgin, Illinois. We're going to be out there August 5th through the 8th trying to set up some stuff over at First United Baptist. We were there about 3 years ago. Going to be out there to be a general contractor to rewire the entire church, put some security cameras, door access, do Wi-Fi access. We're going to unify that whole system with Ubiquity stuff. But we want to get a lay of the land out there, so that's what we're going to be out. We're going to be going back out there. This is just for an on-site to get everything, and then I got some contractors that are going to be pulling cable out there. Since it's so far away, then we'll be coming back to do that. Then on the 10th is our 2nd day of the e-missionary conference. So like I said, if you are interested in being a teacher on that next session, go to mediaministrymentor.com/conference, scroll down to the bottom and fill out the teacher information. Then we're going to be on the 12th through the 14th. We're going to be back in Smithfield, Virginia, back in my dad's hometown, where we're going to be at Runnymede, and we're doing phase 3, where we're hanging 3 TVs, cameras, streaming, all that other fun stuff. That's what's going on. Power packed. In between that, I have consultations and all this other stuff like that. But on the 16th and the 23rd of August, there will be no Q&A for those 2 days because this dude is getting out of Dodge and we're going on a vacation and we are getting up out of here. So I'll be gone for about like a week and a half. That's going to be like my early birthday since school is going to be back. So I need to be there for my baby girl for that. But I think that's enough blabbing. All right. So we got everything done. Let me know. Like I said, folks, if you have any questions, start your stuff in the comments with a Q. And Oh, let me do this also. Sorry for dragging this out. There's something going on with YouTube, the algorithm, and all this other stuff like that. So, for whatever strange reason, actually, let me show you so you can see firsthand what I am actually talking about. All right. So, if I go over here, here's my stuff. And again, a lot of these are people I'm not subscribed to, and they just send me a whole bunch of stuff. And you would think that when you're subscribed, they would give you this stuff. And sometimes you don't get notifications. So even if you go over here to subscriptions, it doesn't always show everything here. Maybe they are, but some of the stuff, just be mindful that you don't always get a notification, at least I don't, of people who do new videos, which is just crazy. But just be mindful of this to make sure that you go, make sure the subscription is on, make sure the bell notification is on. And for whatever reason, YouTube is not notifying people of this stuff. So just make sure that stuff is there. And if you're looking for new videos, it doesn't show it here for some odd reason. They've made a change maybe in the last 2 weeks. And a lot of YouTubers are talking about this. You need to go over here to subscriptions and see if your stuff is in here, which is strange while they're doing that. So just giving you a heads up. If you're saying, hey, AJ, I'm not seeing your videos, that's probably the reason why, because the algorithm and all that other fun stuff is going on. And the last one, before we get to your questions, with that being said, please make sure that you like this video. It helps that algorithm get pushed out to more people. So hopefully it shows up on their front page, because that's where everything is going there. If you want to leave comments, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that. And I think I haven't talked about this. We had 63,000 subscribers. We are still doing our giveaway, folks. We're giving away, and I didn't update this one. We're giving away every 10,000 new subscribers. We're giving away a $2,000 live streaming bundle or two $1,000 bundles that we talked about with the mini PC and all this other stuff like that. Link is down below if you want to get into that, or it's right here. It should be in the description, but that's our way of giving back. We're doing this until we get to 250,000 subscribers. So every 10,000, we're alternating. So the next one is going to be two $1,000 bundles. Then at 80,000, then it's. Sorry, I just got a notification that said that bit rate was low. But that's what we got going on. I think that's enough blabbing. Yeah, that's really enough blabbing. Let's get to y'all's questions, folks. Let's go to page number 2. Reverend Leroy. Good morning, AJ and friends. What construction suggestions would you make for new construction floor and walls for LED wall to be installed on? Well, the good thing with LED walls, mainly just if you're doing typical construction, stud 16 on center, that's really all you need. If you have brick, that will work too. Just going to make the work a little bit more for like if I had to hang it, but that's mainly about it. If you're going into the walls, just having regular studs in the wall, that's all you would need. That's all I've ever had to do. So you should be good with that. Let's see. Back to Baby J. I wanted to ask if you're familiar with Ecamm Live. A little bit. I've messed with it a little bit. I've been meaning to do videos on it, and I bought a subscription for 3 months, and I just never got around to it, so I canceled it. I know Monty does it a lot more than me, but I will get back to that and make some stuff. But your question was trying to help someone get their signal from the ATEM Mini Extreme to show up in the software. Typically, if you're connected with USB, because the ATEM and most of these video switchers, they use universal video and audio drivers so that you don't need to have any drivers. It just communicates on a standard that everybody goes through. And you should be able just to connect to it. And then as long as it's connected, the ATEM is connected to your Mac over USB-C, it should just show. If you have any other issues, what I typically would do is also just install the ATEM software. They install other drivers as well too, specific drivers for that. And that should be it. If you're getting anything other than that, I would verify that you're actually using a USB-C data cable instead of just a charging cable. That has been the other thing that I would verify. And then your second part of that was also, do you see any benefits to using both ATEM and eCam for church live stream, especially if you're only streaming to one platform? Well, I would say kind of like what I'm using right now. I could stream directly just from the ATEM right now, but I can't do this stuff in the ATEM natively. I could, but I would have to jump a whole bunch of stuff. The reason I add software on top of the ATEM is if I want to do fancier stuff, like I said, stuff like this, the graphics that I can just hit buttons with, like the pedal that I'm using right now to bring this up. All of that is done inside the software. Can that be done with the ATEM? Yes, it can, but I would be limited because I only have 4 upstream keys with the ATEM mini stream, and then I have 2 downstream keys. So to do all of this, it could be done, but the software makes it a lot easier. That's the reason why I would use something like that, or even sometimes I still have OBS or some other software over top of an ATEM to make it a lot easier. It can be done natively with the ATEM and other components connected to it, but for simplicity purposes, that's why I add that stuff there. Hopefully that answers your question. Lamar, is there an HDMI splitter that will boost or repeat the signal coming out of it? Yeah, there's a couple of them. Some of the Ori ones mainly is powered splitters add more power to the signal, because if you're using like a regular HDMI splitter, kind of like this, I just happen to unplug. This is the Ori one that I have. When you plug this up, this one does have power, but from a computer, from device, it does send a low amount of power over that HDMI, and typically that's not enough to boost that signal. A powered HDMI splitter normally adds more power, and there's an amplifier inside of it to duplicate that signal out and boost it a little bit more. So I've used the Ori brand for a while. There are a bunch of other ones, but again, I use the Ori. I got 2 of them under my desk, another one over here, and that's mainly the one that I recommend for a lot of churches because it just has worked. I would try that as well. Let's see. Patrick, when you bring audio into the ATEM constellation through 1/4-inch connections, does it embed the audio to the SDI to be sent out any SDI output? Yes and no. Yes, it will embed it, but for the SDI outputs, that's all depending on what you do the configuration. Let me see. Can I turn on an ATEM? Because my ATEM right now does not give that option. Let me see if I can turn on the ones at Antioch real quick and kind of show you that as best as we can. All righty. ATEM. Yes. All right, we'll turn that on. I think I hit the wrong button. Let's go over here to remote desktop, Chrome remote desktop, and let's see what we can do. Let's do full screen. Let's get logged in here. And I'm waiting for a couple of packages. We are upgrading them to the X32. We've done a couple of videos talking about that. Their personal mixers are supposed to be here Monday. And then the stage box is going to be here tomorrow. And then all of the hookups and stuff like that for the personal mixers are actually supposed to be delivered today. So back to your question. All right. So inside of here, now this is a television studio, the original one. So when you talk about sending in audio, when you bring in anything into the ATEM, that audio is going to be there. But on the back, it is going to send audio out over the SDI. So you could do mix minus on here, so you can send them to talkbacks if you want to. But traditionally, whatever you have sent out, it is going to go over the SDI going out. Now, with the Constellation, it depends on, you have 20 outs so you can route them, and whatever you route, that's going to go there. So say like a TCF, they have that constellation. If you want to send the main program out, if you pick that, that's what's going to go there. If you pick any of these individual ones, I believe whatever audio that is coming and that is enabled here, that is what's going to go to that out as well too. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. So if you were bringing in, say, just the PC sound, and I had this turned on, and it's going to, I don't think it's going to send uniquely just that out. I don't know if that's your question or not, Patrick. I think right now, whatever is on goes to all of them. I don't think it will exclusively say, oh, I want PC and I'm bringing in PC audio. It's going that way. But if you are bringing the audio in here over like the main inputs, mine right here is XLR, or if you're bringing in those dual quarter inches, it is going to go to every single output that you go to. So it's not exclusive. So this is going to be sent to everything. If I had this on and I said the PC out was selected, it's not going to selectively only send that audio. It's going to send all of the audio out. So hopefully that answers your question. And let me make sure I turn that off there. Carlos, good morning and God bless you, AJ. Question: connection to an old Mackie SR24 Pro connected to the A10 Mini Pro via quarter-inch left and right main out. I'm only getting mic sound into the OBS. So what else do you have connected? You're only getting the mic sound. So I'm assuming that you have your other instruments and everything. You're saying you're only getting that mic into that. And that's the main left and right. That's strange, because if you're using quarter-inch out, but you're using XLR out to your main other speakers, you should be mimicking the exact same thing, unless, let's look up that board, just in case. Let's disconnect from here, and you said that is a Mackie SR 24.4 VLZ Pro. See if it can bring me up a picture. That's similar to the one that actually I'm getting ready to install at New Hope. I wish they would give me a bigger picture of this board. See, it's doing all these stupid ads in here, and it keeps jumping my page all over the place. Let's back out of here. Let's just see if we can just find a picture instead. Let's see. Can we? And it took me to the exact same daggone thing. All right. So right here, that's your main outs. I'm assuming this is the one that you're plugged out of. Yeah, confirm, is this the left out that you're doing and not this one? Those are the inserts. You're coming out from here. Let me know, because if you're using quarter inches, are you also, are you using up all of your sends here? I would probably say go here, and then you can have a separate aux out, and that would be your separate mix. But let me know, which one are you connected to? And we'll follow back up with you there, Carlos. Back to Patrick. Can one computer simultaneously run two software programs that both use the same audio input? Yes. Audio can be split to multiple programs. Video is one off. So I can have the audio from my Rodecaster right now, which is actually doing this right now. The audio is going to Zoom, but then I can also send that to OBS. I can also send it to Prism Live. Audio can be split to multiple things. Video cannot. But back to your, let me finish the statement. I need Logic Pro and Proclaim both to have audio coming in from the digital board. Yes, it can. All right, I already answered that question. Also, folks, you don't have to send the question multiple times. I will get to you. All right. What are some ways to better your media when using OBS and trying to get people to join in live chat? Honestly, just interact with them and actually speak to them directly, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And then say their name, call them out that way, in a good way. You know, you want to actually, if you want to have engagement, you need to actually engage. You get what you give in, what you put out at first. You want to have some engagement. You talk to them directly. That's what we say, like, with the, at least for my class that I'm teaching, is the anatomy of a live stream, that we're talking about your pre-service, your service, your announcements, your praise and worship, your altar call, your sermon. There are different parts that honestly, if you just do it like a regular live stream, it's actually boring for people to be at home and engage. But if you're doing altar call, why not call out and cut out and talk directly to anybody that's having chat? You're asking for engagement, and then you just don't ask for engagement, but you actually engage when people actually do it. That's one of the things that I would say, and one of the simplest things to do. Lex, what free software would you recommend for a lyrics presentation in lower thirds? Presenter by Worship Tools, which Dominic is teaching. It's free, and it works very well. Tammy, how do you set up the aux inputs and outputs on the Midas X32? That is pretty similar to the X32 that I actually have wrong camera, that I have right behind me. That right there, kind of the concept is the same. So give me a second. Let me turn it on, and we'll do something. Actually, let me see if I can. Let me turn on, and I'm going to the wrong camera. Where is my... Oh, it's right here. Hold on. Ooh, and that's extra loud. Can you hear me? I think my audio is coming through here. So... let's cut over to here, and let's see what we can do to show you. And it might actually be better for me to do this on the computer. I'll actually do both. The concept is still the same. Let me punch in, hopefully that you can see the screen. Alrighty, so for our aux in and out, we go to routing, and you come over here to your aux. So from here, this is where you can say what goes where. So this is our outs. So as you can see right now, even though I'm not using it, this is actually routed to 10 and yeah, out on this board, the aux out number 1 is going to the live stream mix. That's the only one that I have routed right now. All of the other outs are actually not being used, and they're not set to anything. The AES is set to left and right. That's it. Now, if you want to go for your inputs, if we scroll all the way down, and I don't think you can do it from here. Yeah, so that's how I do my outs. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, let's cut back over to the computer. Maybe I should have just did it this way, and this will make more sense. So let me turn this off, and let's go back to this mic, because this is way too hot. That's why you hear all that air and stuff going on. I should have had breakfast. I'm feeling tired all of a sudden. Let me get this hot, mellow yellow here. So the concept is still the same. So we're here on the software. It should have connected automatically, which it did. In the same way, if we go to routing and we come over here and we go to our aux out, this is kind of like gives you a better picture. Like I said, I have one going to the live stream and I just click. That's what I want it to go out to. And then if you want to assign the ends, I mean, you can get fancier with that if you want to. So you could route the ends to something else if you wanted to over here. I'm just not. So I'd say I can have route audio aux in being routed to a specific input channel if you wanted to do it that way. Hopefully that answers your question. I think the inputs and outputs, yeah, that's how that would work. So the inputs, I mean, you just plug in whatever, but if you want them to actually go to different channels instead of your aux ins, that's how you would do it. You would need to first set up everything to user inputs, and then you can route it that way. Hopefully that makes sense. And then your outs, you just do that under routing. You go to your aux out and you assign whatever. So like if I wanted to have output number 2 go to the, not like typically 5 and 6, I would say that's the left and right. I just click it there and that's it. Really straightforward, but hopefully that answers your question. And I need to get something to eat. I'm hungry. Back to Patrick. What's the best way to get audio on and out of the Mac Mini that only has 3.5 headphones, not mic, Thunderbolt, USB-C? Honestly, any of them. It needs audio to and from the mixer. Our audio interface would be the easiest thing for that. Just a standard USB one. I've used because if you use an audio interface, the Mac will then also, and I don't have one right now because I actually gave that away to another ministry, but an audio interface USB that would in the Mac that would show as an option for audio. You can set it for your speaker out. That would also be the audio interface. Then you can connect that out, and then audio in. Sorry, I'm feeling kind of weird right now. But anyway, let's push through. But that would be the easiest thing. Is a USB audio interface, and it doesn't matter USB-C, Thunderbolt, doesn't matter. Whichever the one that supports it, that gives you audio in and out, that what will work. And I've used the Focusrite for both, so that could work as well too. What's your opinion on the Blackmagic updates, and did you do a review of the LC Go Duet? I have the Duet. Well, I think it's the M2. That's what it is. I don't know if they changed the name to Duet. So I do have this one. I haven't edited this yet, but I think it's good. And what do you mean on the updates for Blackmagic? Which specific updates are you talking about? Back to WDK Digital Designs. Hey, everyone, I need help, please. My church has a 7-year-old Insignia 41-inch monitor in the lobby, and they want to display an image or a slideshow. I have tried all on YouTube, USB not playing. Is the USB being detected at all? It could be that the codec, that whatever video that you have is not working. The TV can't play that back. First thing I would see is, can the TV be connected to the network? If it can, see if it's a firmware update, which normally does new codecs to be played. That's the first thing I would do. If it doesn't work, I would look at maybe adding one of these mini computers to it And this one I got a long time ago from a church, and it's actually, for a church, and they aren't even using it. It actually was sitting on my TV upstairs. I forgot about this. This was like $150. Then you could have this and just play whatever you want to. And this runs like a very small version of Windows, and you can play whatever you want to it. That's the first thing I would say if the TV does not do that. That would be my option there. G. Albert, sorry to hear that. I'll move you as well too. Mm. Yeah, G. Albert, Mr. Albert talked about this at our conference as well too. So I will move you, sir. We'll pray for you as well, because he talked about this on our roundtable on Sunday. So I will do that, sir. Hope you're getting well. Make sure you take care of yourself. Anthony, the conference in August is still 100. Yeah, well, it's actually, if you pay for the 100 right now, you're going to have access to both. So don't think that whoever paid for your ticket right now, if you pay for your ticket now, you can watch everything on the 13th and come back on the 10th. It's not you pay for both. You get that ticket that gives you access to both at any time. It gives you access to all of the replays indefinitely until I take the whole thing down. We're going to move the videos over to YouTube after 8 months. And back to Mr. Albert. AJ, loved you're using AI with media ministry. I also been using ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. Looking forward to that. Copilot and Gemini, I'm kind of hesitant on them. They've been having a few issues on that, but we'll see. But they're good tools. You gotta leverage them. And I saw this one thing with Kyle YouTube video. I might want to talk about that on a later time, but we'll get back to that. Mr. Michael, good morning. AJ, ready for Saturday? Hey, I am ready as well, too. Lace Dad, Scott. How you doing? Good morning. Missed last couple, but back now. Hey, glad you are back. Where in the world is AJ? Is this a copyright infringement? I thought Mario had a lock on this. No. Well, mine was a play on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but Patrick, have you ever heard of a PTZ controller getting damaged by being plugged into a PoE switch? Canon support told me to be careful with PoE switches. No, I've never heard of that. No, I've never heard of that being damaged unless you have an old PoE switch. That most PoE switches, the ones I've messed with, have been intelligent to where they don't send power if it can't receive power on the other end. But I've never heard of that. No, I've never heard of that one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yawn like that. That's more of my meds that are kicking in. I need a mobile internet solution that has enough upload speed for our traveling streaming setup, 3 PTZ cameras, when internet is not available at any locations that we are. Do you have any suggestions? Starlink, that's what I am looking. I'm going to get the mobile one. Right now, I don't have enough business to maintain that price at a monthly fee. So that's why I'm not using that right now. But most of the time when I go to locations like that, like the last couple of days, I've been doing Pastor Allen's conference down in Emporia. So that was one of the streams that was showing up. Let me cut back over here so I can show you. And Comcast, and I'm hitting the wrong pedal. Comcast gave a horrible kind of internet connection that was going down there. So I was running this whole stream down here for Pastor Allen, and I can see. I don't know. It's so funny to be working with so many churches because I had a video of him. That's my cousin Junebug. I had a video of him. He's actually a pastor now in this district, and he was actually leading the choir and stuff like that. But anyway, they were having issues throughout the internet. The time here, the internet was going up and down Comcast, and how can I say this? I can't find the meme right now, but there's a meme from somebody where the guy, I forgot the guy's name because I don't watch TV like that, but he's walking through a Lowe's store, and I guess he's very good on building stuff. And a Lowe's employee comes up to him saying, "Hey, do you need any help?" And his response was like, "I know more than you." That's kind of the issue I had where we called Comcast, and the people, the help support, the tech support at Comcast, they ain't technical. They're just reading a script. And I jump in and try and tell them. They're like, "Well, we're testing. Your download speed is fine." Lady, it's not the download speed. Comcast gave them a 35 megabit upload speed, but it just tanked all of a sudden in the middle of the service to 1 megabit upload speed. And it was just horrible. They did that for the last 2 days. It live streamed perfectly fine for about an hour into the service, and then it just tanked at 1. I say all that to say that what I'm trying to do tonight is bring my nano stations and beam internet there from a different connection, hopefully to bond two connections together. But anyway, I say all that to say that I've used bonded services with cell phones. Ultimately, I'm going to buy a portable Starlink that, as long as you have Sky, you should be able to have internet there. And it's just a problem. I don't know guaranteed how to always do that, but again, I have Verizon on both of my phones here, iPhone and this. Sometimes I'll bond them together because they're on different plans that can give me internet here, Starlink, all this other stuff. But it's kind of problematic, especially I don't know what location you're going to be at to guarantee it all the time. It's just having backups multiple times. That's the only thing I would say. Mike, hello. Mike, are you ready, sir, to teach a class on BitCompanion? Looking forward to that. I've messed with BitCompanion, but I haven't had a chance to actually get on there. Hopefully, I hope to be able to attend everybody's classes when I'm not teaching. Every time we've done a conference before, most of the time I'll go into tech support roles, so that's what I'm kind of thinking mine might be as well. Tangela, can you please post the email to send AV photos? Sure, that is, where's my, here. That would be there. Just send it to questions at ajhomes.com and just make the subject my media team. That's it. Thank you for that. Let's go back. Mr. Brown again. How do you bring people live into an interview using OBS and using two platforms? Well, that's kind of a loaded question. It all depends. You could use something like OBS Ninja. You could, like I'm using vMix. I could bring somebody in through vMix call. You could set up, like I did at Ash Wednesday service, I had a private Zoom meeting, and then I had Zoom on one computer, on that same OBS computer. Then I did a window capture of that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to set all that up right now, but we will try to do a test run of all of this stuff. Why is that? I had a link here on my Stream Deck to open up Zoom, but then Zoom did an update and it changed its executable, so now my stuff didn't work. All right, so I just started a Zoom. Let me join on my phone. Come on now, Zoom. And let me, hold on one second, because I don't want to put all this info out here first. Let me join on here. And it doesn't really matter. It's just whichever one that you are comfortable with doing. I personally, when I do stuff like this, I still jump and do this in OBS because I'm more comfortable with this than I am with vMix. And I think vMix. Hold on. lost that because it brought audio in on here. But like even when I do this, even though vMix has a update that actually integrates with Zoom, I'm still more comfortable doing this in OBS. So I'm trying to set my phone somewhere so I can stand up. All right. So, and I would put this right on my mouse cable. Come on. Come on. All right. So if I cut over here, so right now I have this, I have my phone coming in here. So the first thing that I would do is make sure you have multiple windows, monitors. This makes this easier. I would do a speaker and then I would pin myself. And if you have it as an option, why do they keep moving stuff? Use dual monitors. All right. So this is going to make this window by itself so that I'm always going to be here. So I can minimize this. And now what I'm going to do is open up the OBS. And what I can do inside of here, we're going to do, and that's actually Dominic's right there. So I want to do a application capture. Where's it at? Window capture, excuse me. And I don't want that small one. No. It tries to be too smart for its own good. That's what I'm trying to capture. So let me put this on another screen. And I want to capture that. Like I said, Zoom is trying to do, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do a display capture because this is just what's going to work for me in this situation. So that's y'all. All right, so I have this one right here, and I'm going to come in here and crop all of this stuff, holding out Alt to crop all of this out here. So I have this person here. I can put another capture of me if I wanted to do something like that on this side. So that's there. That's how I bring that in. I would make that as a scene. Somebody's brought in. Make sure you do audio captures. Like for me, I would bring in my audio that's already coming in. Hopefully I won't echo this. So now my audio will be playing from Zoom as well in here. And then this is what will go out. This is similar to what I did in the Ash Wednesday service where I ran this for about 7 churches out of Lynchburg while I was here. That's the setup. So you could do it that way. Like I said, OBS Ninja is something different that you can use. I know Mike has done that. I personally have not used that. I've done vMix Call, a bunch of those. So hopefully that works for you. And I need to end this meeting. Yay. And shut that down. So that's how I would do that. So sorry for that being drawn out, but that was a quick way of how I would set that up. Mom's video. I send audio from the X32 bus via XLR directly into the XLR of a camera. Okay. The camera goes directly into the ATEM via HDMI. What is the benefit of sending audio out via aux into... What is the benefit of sending audio out via aux into a computer? I mean, I guess my first question is, what would be the reason that you're sending it to the computer? Are you streaming directly through the ATEM, or is the ATEM going to like OBS or something like that? Give me a little bit more detail so I can get a better understanding so I can answer that for you. Shana Hannah, hello, hello. Brittany, I hope you do more of these. Oh, I do this every Friday as best as I can. I am such a newbie, and I don't even know which to start with. We have internet and my cell phone. I have access to a digital camera and a laptop. Where do I start? What I would start with is if you go over, I almost broke my cable here on my phone, on my headsets. What I would do, I would come over here to me channel, and I did a video. Where is it at? Go to sort by videos, and right here, this is all you need. This is the bundle that I talked about where I spent $1,000 on how to set everything up. It has one of these mini PCs that's beside me. So based off of what you said, you have your phone, you got that. If you want to up it a notch, you got internet, what you could do. And actually, let's just go ahead and design this. And let me give you a top-down view of what I think. And let me bring your question up again so I can remember what you got. You have a digital camera and a laptop. Where to start? All right, so what I would propose to you, let's start with a laptop. You got our Computron right there. Then you got yourself a camera. Something like that. And we'll use this nebulous cloud as the interwebs. All right. So in this scenario, I don't know what type of camera that you got. I would hope it would be a camera that can give you clean HDMI out like what you're seeing right now. You don't see all the menus and stuff like that on this camera. That's what you need from an out. Personally, I kind of stay away from the camera because it all depends, because it might overheat, because most of those cameras aren't meant for that, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to assume that you got that. So if you have a laptop, typically, hold on one second. I remember where I had this in the garage. So to connect this, you need something like a capture card. So I've done a video on these. These are miniature HDMI capture cards over USB. These are like $9 that you can get on Amazon. So what we're going to do is add a HDMI capture. If you don't already have one, that will be connected to your computer through USB. The HDMI out from this camera will plug into that. So now the video from here will come into here. Now, we talked about it. The program I just used was OBS. Now, I don't know your laptop. Live streaming requires a system that the typical computer that you buy from a store cannot handle this. But I've done videos on the specs to look for when it comes to the computers. Personally, I would probably say get a 6-core processor. I used to say 4-core and higher because right now, go for 6-core and higher, just because the prices have came down. 16 gigs of memory, and preferably a laptop that has a gaming graphics card. It just helps. It just helps. But anyway, that will go here. Now, I don't know how your audio is, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. If you already have a mixer, well, actually, let me do it I don't want to say this derogatory. The cheapest option is you can get like a Rode mic or some other type of microphone to connect to your camera. And let's say you just got this here, the mic that's on the camera, or you got another one plugged in or something like that. Doesn't matter. Get out of here. I don't want that. Thank you. So this is going to bring in audio. if I can type right. Audio. This is going to bring in video. Both of them are going to be combined. It's going to take all of that, converts it into ones and zeros so that your laptop can use it. So you can use vMix, OBS, Ecamm Live, excuse me, any other streaming software. And preferably, you would want your laptop to be connected to the internet via a hard line connection, an Ethernet connection. You could do it Wi-Fi. I personally don't do that. And that's it. And you go OBS. I have tons of videos that talk about how to do that. That is the simplest way of doing this. Now, the other thing that you could do is in this scenario, if you have a mixer, an audio mixer in your church, you could have the mixer, and just like we've been talking about the types of cables, some cables like this that would plug into cables that would plug into, and these are actually the wrong ones, but they will be XLR cables, the reverse female, that will plug into your mixer, and it comes out into a 3.5 millimeter cable that can plug into your computer. If you don't have anything like that, you can get an audio interface, and we kind of talked about that in a previous question. So this would be a audio interface. So the audio that's coming from your mixer would come into your audio interface, and then your audio interface is connected to your computer over USB as well. So then this would be house audio, and it does the same thing. You know, and then if you want to kick it up a notch, kind of like what I'm doing right now, I have an ATEM video switcher that all of my cameras are connected to it. And then my audio is connected directly to IS. So the ATEM takes all of those things, all of those interfaces, and combines them. And then all of this comes out to my computer over USB. That's what you're seeing. Or the ATEM can live stream directly to the internet. So you wouldn't even need a computer. So that was a very, 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 very high level, quick, nasty type of burn through. So got a bunch of videos that kind of talk you through that. I have a whole series that talks about setting up everything from the beginning. That's what I was trying to actually find here. Let me go back to the computer real quick. One more again. And over here, if I go to my playlist, and where is it at? I probably need to do an updated version of this. Yeah, complete church live stream. This guide is where when I was at Antioch and their chapel didn't have anything, and I go through everything, how I connect audio, how I add cameras, how I do everything. This will give you a gist of it, and then also if you want to know about live streaming, I think the most popular video that I've had ever was live streaming your church services with OBS. This will go over everything from an OBS standpoint. So hopefully that helps you. David, hey, excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Tammy, I really appreciate you taking time from your very busy schedule and entertain our issues and questions. Hey, you are welcome. This is what we're here to do. Dr. JMM Trademark, hello. It has been a while since hey, I'm glad you're back here. And then, yes, USB detected. But it says no files. Yeah, that's not right. It shouldn't show files. I would make sure that you have the ATEM software installed just in case. Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about your TV. I'm glad I looked at this. It said no files. Yeah, it's either like MA16V3 says, either the format on your thumb drive, the TV cannot read it, or it's the codec of how the videos were made. But it sounds like if it can't see any folders, it's looking at the wrong format. And kind of, I would go off of what MA16v3 says as well. Anthony, all right, I thank you, sir. Back to David. Do YouTube members get access earlier to the conference? No, unfortunately, because of the things with YouTube and all this other stuff, I can't do that. That's actually against the terms that I can't do stuff like that. So this is something that's outside of it. But now that I think about it, I might actually do that. Now that I think about it, after I should have thought about how you answer this question. Most likely what I will do for Patreon supporters and YouTube members, I will upload those Sunday, the videos, and make them accessible to YouTube members and Patreon supporters as a thank you as well, too. So I would do that. Hey, actually, let me take that back. I won't do it Sunday. I'll probably do it a week to 2 weeks after the conference because I need time for it to process. But I will do that. Wazy? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Hey AJ, how to use the A10 Mini Pro vMix Easy Worship together for live streaming and display at the same time on the church. I have a video that goes over that. There's no way for me to do that right now, but I do have that same video that I talked about how to set up everything. A playlist with the church goes over all of that, as well as that how to live stream your church services with vMix. I go through all of that. That would be the best thing I would say for that. Philip Paul, hello. Let's see. Back to Brittany. I guess just a quick list of tools, apps, etc. I saw your video on the setup, and I will watch it again. But I guess what advice do you have for someone trying to get exposure for the ministry? Get started with what you got. That's the best thing I would say. You can buy everything imaginable, and that's still not going to get you there. You just got to start with your stuff. You'll learn what you need while you're starting with whatever you got. I started with, and we talked about this last week, I still got it here. This is what I started with personally on YouTube, and this is the same camera that I started live streaming at Antioch and then got reprimanded for doing that, and then we're here. So you just got to start with what you got. I'm going to pretty much be running it by myself for now, so preferably something easy for me to set up and maintain alone. The ATEM wasn't around when I first got started, the ATEM Mini, or even the Go Stream Deck by OC. This is another one. All of these around the same price. The ATEM Mini Pro and this are both $295. This now you can just have it in front of you, have everything plugged in here, and let this stream for you. It makes it really simple. That's why I like these. Or you can go with the OBS route as long as your computer's fast enough. T. Hey, AJ, long time. Still having problems with the USB lower third setup. Thinking of getting a Decklink Duo, but not sure if the PC you built has a slot for it. It should. But T, set up, send me an email. I know next week I'm going to be kind of busy, but probably the afternoon. Let me know if it's a lower third. We can try to set up a time where I can remote in and try and go back through it. I mean, I think you should be good because even if you had the Decklink, it would do the same thing, I think, with the mini monitors that you got. But hit me up and we can see what we can do. And back, and it says, thank you. Somebody else suggested Starlink. Starlink is getting, at this point, let's actually go over to it. And let's just see. Because I've been promoting this to a bunch of churches right now just because of, it's really messing everybody up because so many providers are providing trash service. And now that it's pretty much covers everywhere, they're running for the hills right now. So let's look. This is Starlink coverage right now in the United States. There's a couple of spots in New Mexico and West Virginia, that they don't have it covered. And I'm not just picking on the United States. It all depends on what countries that are supported. So Nicaragua is not there. Belize um, should be available. Service date is unknown because that's what a country thing. Venezuela, I think that's more of a country thing. Um, Guana, that's here. But if we zoom out, I mean, it's pretty much covered everywhere. And the spots here in the countries, that's mainly because it's not in agreement with the country, the government there. So if you got Mongolia, I think China has got it really restricted, government type stuff. Um, Almost all of Europe is covered as well too, except for certain spots. But yeah, it's. I mean, I've installed it at about like 3 places, and they're very, very happy. So I think that's as long as you got a clear sky, you got it. So that is one option as well too. Back to Patrick. Our mixer only has USB B connection for use with a DAW. This is how Logic Pro on the Mac Mini gets audio. How would the same audio get to the Proclaim? I mean, if it's just connected to the computer and you have the drivers that read it, you can split it to anything. Like right now, it doesn't matter the type of USB connection. Like right now, I'm bringing in everything over my Rodecaster. But if I cut back over here to my desktop, actually, hold on. Let me close this real quick before I open this up. All right, so if I come back over here, so see Zoom, I can point to this. If I go to OBS, I can do that as well too. Audio can be split. As long as it's coming in, you can pick whatever. So even if it's there, granted, I haven't used ProLogic, but ProLogic should just look at your USB device and your audio and then just pick it. Now, if it's reading it as a digital interface and it's not just just looking at it like audio, that might be something different. But for me, like I can bring audio in DaVinci Resolve. I can bring up multiple other audio applications and it can use it. So I'm not sure with a ProLogic, it should do the exact same thing. G. Albert, what are you using? Chat GPT 3.5, 4, or plus? I'm using 4.0 because I'm paying for mine. So that's what I'm using. Mike, actually learning new features on BitFocus Companion to teach the class. Awesome. David is recommending some other stuff. Streamer X by Rode. I was going to look at that, but I didn't have any reason to buy an extra one. I got too much stuff around here right now, but that is another one. MA16V3, reason to use the aux out instead of HDMI to camera to switcher. Camera might not have the best preamps, which when taking in audio could add noise. Good point. He also says aux out straight into your switcher is one less hop and one less chance to add noise. And also, just remember to use a NATIC 1/4-3 connector. Native. Gotcha. Native 1/4 to 3.55 millimeter cable. Back to Brittany. Okay, thanks. I'm writing this all down. And then also says, we do have a mixer. I don't know the brand. It doesn't matter the brand. Pretty much mixers are the same. You're either going to have XLR out, 1/4 inch out, RCA out. Those are your 3 connections. So you should be good. MA16 also says, disadvantages. Audio processes faster than video, so you need to add a delay to the audio input on the switcher, which requires some testing. Ambassador. Hey, AJ, what dongle would you recommend to get for my A10 Mini Pro ISO so I can get multiple video output from it. Multiple video output from it. I mean, you just need a HDMI. You're only going to have one type of out, unless you're using an update that will send. You can set audio for that USB out, but it doesn't split that way. You can't split. If you're talking about USB, it doesn't split that way. If you run USB out, it's only going to be a 1-to-1 if you're doing the video out. If you're trying to do HDMI out, you can just use any type of HDMI splitter. Like I said, you can do a 1x2. It all depends on how many outs, but it's just going to duplicate the same thing. You're not going to have separate outs with that. Back to Mr. Albert. I finally got OBS installed on my wife's Mac. Initial impression is that it's a kissing cousin with I ain't messing with you. Back to T. We'll do that works. Out of the country. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And I'm out. I'm leaving in about 2 weeks. But yeah, I do have some gaps in time. Just let me know and we can make something work. MA 16v3. I feel like I'm getting old. Forget if you've looked into it, but have you considered running VMs on a single machine to run mission critical applications? Actually, I used to run that on a couple of times, and that was what this system over here was, my play area, but I've just been so busy that I haven't had a chance to do that. But I used to do a lot of virtual machines and stuff like that. That's what I used to use with my WordPress. I had a VM for when people used to send me these stupid emails to think I'm stupid to fall for. I would open that up I had a Windows client that wasn't connected to anything that I can see if they were sending me some junk. Just to let you know, behind the scenes, I get a lot of stupid spam emails from people claiming to be companies that want to partner with me. Let me see if I can find one, if I haven't deleted it already. I think I've already deleted them. Like, I have people that send me stuff that say, like, I have one that says they're from Raycon. I'm like, okay. I'll have other ones saying, oh, we love your stuff. We've been following you for so many years. And we feel that your content on YouTube just matches our brand. We make automated doggy door openers. I'm just like, would you shut up? You're not watching my channel. If you did, you would see that your product has absolutely nothing to do with what I do. And I don't know where that comment came from, but I don't know. Oh, it came back from the VMs. That's why when people send some stupid stuff, because there's this whole thing that tries to target people with influencers or whatever, content creators, and they say that they're going to sell you stuff, and they send you a PDF, but actually the PDF is actually a virus. So I would have a VM to open that stuff up just to see what it does. I just don't have time for that stuff anymore. But you caught me off guard. I saw audio. I thought my audio was out. Back to Mr. Albert. Does OBS work on an iPad? No. I tried to look it up on. No, it does not. Derek T. Hey, AJ, just a random suggestion. Do a Q&A where we can come up on video for 2 to 5 minutes a piece and make sure we donate. Yeah, I try to work on that. I actually had it prepped to actually take phone calls today again, but I think I'm just pushing myself a little bit too much. That's why I said right now, I think every 2 months now, I have to actually take a vacation because I love helping y'all, but I'm just tired. I'm tired, especially it's been a one-man thing. And I'm looking at bringing on some other people, but I don't mean this derogatory at all. I'm very particular who I bring on because I've brought on people, and then if I have to come back behind you and do work, then one of us ain't needed. If I'm bringing you on for help, but I have to come back behind you, then either we need to do some more training, or I don't want to say I'm nitpicky. My whole goal is when I do stuff is I don't have to come back, because I want it to be done right the first time and everybody's able to move on. So like that's why I like with T and the other stuff, like helping configuration, that's one thing. If T is like, oh AJ, the TVs and the cables that you ran and stuff like that ain't working. No. I can't just keep taking a trip back up to Boston because I didn't do stuff right. Or like to Chicago or any of California. Like the churches I did out in California, thankfully, they have not called me because it was done right the first time. That's just my mindset. I'm trying to think what else we got. I'm gonna cut actually this live stream a little bit short. We're back almost at noon. I had got to head back over to Mount Sinai to run a simple cable, hook up their CD player, back over to that, which I don't think I ever did that video. No, I didn't do that video because I ran right back to Emporia. So I'm gonna edit that video and just combine all that together. Then I got to head back to Emporia to do the last day of their conference and then get ready for our conference. So sorry about cutting this short, folks, but I appreciate it. We're going to be back with longer stuff. Hope to really see y'all there for the conference. Great success for all of the teachers. Thank y'all so much for the teachers. Because, again, the conference isn't meant for me to do. I'm only doing one session because I really want to highlight y'all because y'all have a lot of skills, and I want to give y'all a platform that y'all can share with other ministries. That's what the whole thing about it is. It's not too late for y'all to jump on. If you buy your ticket now, like I said, you can watch the stuff now. If you can't, it automatically lets you get in to see for the next session as well, too. And then for Patreon and YouTube members and stuff like that, I will give y'all access to those videos early. I think I said 2 weeks. I need to push it back just because I'm not going to have enough time to do it all. So probably it's going to be uploaded maybe a month to 2 months from there. But I think that's about it. Again, really looking forward to, I am taking an early birthday vacation on the August 15th through the 25th. And I think that's about it. I need to get some breakfast before I run around and do all this other stuff. Thank you so much, folks, for everybody stopping by. Normally we do a lot longer than this, but hey, that's what we're doing because we got a lot of stuff that we have coming up. Folks, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our Patreon supporters and YouTube members. I can't do this without them. I don't get paid brand deals as of yet. But what they do is their contributions don't pay for the car. Those contributions help for me to buy this stuff that I sample, and so that I'm your guinea pig to help get this stuff done and everything like that. So if you like what we do, you can go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO and you can get started for as little as I think $2 a month, or you can click the join button down below and YouTube become a YouTube member. No matter which way you pick, folks, you're helping us train media ministries all over the world. Again, thank you so much. If no one's ever told you, thank you for what you do. I think inside to me, one tip I would tell y'all about me is I'm a big giver. I like to help. I get to the point that I give so much that people take advantage of me. And I say that to say not to add sympathy or ask for a pat on the back. That's just the type of person I do. I've given to some people to the extent that people think that I have an ulterior motive. I've given to people because that's just my nature. I like to give. I like to help. And I'm saying this now not to open the floodgates for people to email me. That's not what this is. I'm giving this mixer to Antioch just because I learned everything that I know and I started Antioch, and it was an opportunity for me to help because I know that the system is here, and God's blessed me to be able to do that. I can't do that for everybody. Looking forward to the time where I'm able to do more. That's what the giveaways are and stuff like that. But just realize that I understand that a lot of y'all are spending your own money to do this stuff, and you get more people that just tear you down when you're just trying to help. I get this all the time. So that's why I want to use this opportunity to tell you thank you for all the extra hard work that y'all are doing, the money that you're spending, the sweat equity that you're putting in to learn, going to YouTube University to learn all this other stuff. And that's what my whole goal is, to try and help you as best as I can and to encourage you to know that, hey, everything that you're doing, hey, I've been there too. I'm still there now, trying to help as best as we possibly can. And I just appreciate what you're doing. I'm not a part of your ministry. I'm not even in your city, state, some of y'all, or even country. But I want to thank you for what you're doing, because what you're doing is helping the body. It's helping the kingdom. That's what it's all about. It's not your responsibility or my responsibility to help and reach everyone. It is ours as a collaborative thing. And I hope the little stuff that I do here on Friday or my videos help you make your journey a little bit easier. So I hope y'all all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is. Hope to see y'all at the conference tomorrow. And that's about it, folks. Y'all have a great one, and we'll be talking to you later. Thanks.